gifted with thought. Is it time to move our feet to an introspective beat? It ain't the speakers that bump hearts, it's our hearts that make the beat. Lean with it, rock with it, when we gonna stop with it? Lyrics that mean nothing, we were gifted with.
Our filmmakers, they're always taking us beyond what is possible, and so getting the best out of the infrastructure is critical to plus up the experience as much as possible.
How to Train Your Dragons was a visually complex film. We had fire and clouds and ocean waves and sprays, and the humans all wearing fur.
These dragons were the most complex characters that DreamWorks has ever built.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Rigging for this film was different from previous films because the dragons were significantly more complex than other characters we've done before. If you think of a character like a marionette, the rig is the strings and the joints and the things that make the characters movable for the animators. The dragons have long necks and tails. They have wings that have to fold but also extend and fly the way you would expect maybe a bird's wings would. And all of those are new and complex elements that we needed to figure out how to do.
Typical dragon required something like 4,000 controls, half of which typically are in the face to get the expression and expressiveness as the main point of acting. The animators work very hard to get a wide range of expressions in the face, from anger to love and trust. So simply getting those into a form where the animators could create performances from them was challenging and required better performance out of the hardware. And that was one of the areas in which the partnership between Intel engineers and my engineers helped the production artists get those complex characters working as fast as they needed to get the performances.
Audiences have gotten more sophisticated about what they expect to see in animated films, and by wanting more and more visual complexity on screen, it drives more requirements on the tools that we need to build. So it's important to the studio that we have cutting-edge tools that make it possible for the artists to create those visuals.
If anything, this project has just enforced my interest in the animation field. The technology that's become easier to use, and it's become much easier for it to be an art form now instead of just programming and technology. Now it's something that I used to imagine that was how you animated, was you clicked and dragged and you could mold the creatures like you would mold clay if you did claymation. But it wasn't like that up until now. Now it's a game changer, and I'm so excited to get to work in a field where I can use my art and my art can come to life, and it can be used to entertain people. At this point, I'm headed to UGA. I'm gonna study animation, and I'm going to make myself marketable in every aspect, from storyboarding to story pitching to writing the story to drawing the characters to designing the characters to actually animating the project. I want to make sure that I'm marketable because it is such a small field and such an exclusive field. I want to make sure that I'm marketable for every single aspect of movie making and animating. Of course, there's more to animation than just character animating. I'd like to focus on character animating, but there's live action animation. They have plenty of animation in commercials. It's a bigger field than you would think. The character animation field is a lot smaller than, say, the 3D rendering field or other aspects of animation, and that's what I would like to pursue. There are plenty of small independent animation companies I'd be willing to work for. There is a man in France who actually helped direct films like The Road to El Dorado and Shark Tale, and he recently opened his own studio and made an adorable film called A Monster in Paris. And I would love, love, love to work with him because I've been learning French since my freshman year in high school, and I would be able to use my French language skills as well as my art skills to do what I love. But I'm keeping my options open. I would love to work for Disney, for DreamWorks, for anyone. I would love to have a job. But that's pretty much the ultimate goal, is to be able to use my art and my love for French and my passion for storytelling and make that a career and make that something that I can love and do for the rest of my life.